What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, my fighters? I'm One Eyebrow, also known as PT. Don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about the Walking Dead DARYL DIXON show. So spoiler warning for all things Walking Dead, but definitely for the Walking Dead DARYL DIXON show, especially for season 1, episode 2, a spoiler warning. So we get the backstory of Isabel, her sister, and Laurent, which is Isabel's nephew. So let's talk about things a little bit here. So we find out that Isabel's sister is pregnant. She gets bit while being pregnant, about to give birth at the Abbey. And so what does that mean for Laurent? So we see the bite. She's 7 months pregnant, and then she gives birth. So Laurent was premature, but he's a miracle because Isabel's sister turns into a walker before she gives birth by C-section. So it's crazy. Also, how did this priest and the nuns know how to deliver a baby and give a C-section? But nonetheless, Laurent is born after Isabel's sister dies and she comes back as a walker. So does that mean that Laurent is going to be immune or just survive? Because we know he survived. But they could go either way with this. That this circumstance of the mom dying, being a walker, and then the baby being born could make Laurent immune, or since everyone's infected anyway, it may not mean anything. So we don't know yet. It's season 1, episode 2. There's 4 more episodes in season 1. Hopefully we get the answers this season, maybe the second season, maybe we never get the answers. But ultimately, what do you think? Post your comments below. I want to hear your thoughts about the situation with Laurent, his mom, and just everything that happened in this scene. So overall, I really enjoyed this episode, and I'm enjoying this series as we make this video. How about you? So a lot of people already think the DARYL DIXON show is just like The Last of Us, and this connects it even more. It perpetuates the stereotype. I don't know whatever you want to call it, but Laurent survives. We see how he got his name, and it's, not a big deal in my opinion. I mean, I believe they're taking stuff from Warrior Nun and Hook and, The Last of Us and Lord of the Flies and a lot of stuff, but who cares? The show works. I'm excited to see where it's going. DARYL DIXON is carrying a show by himself, so it works on multiple levels, and I'm excited to see where it's going. I definitely had this conversation with my wife about this baby being born. Anyone see Dawn of the Dead, the remake in the mall with Zack Snyder? That they had a baby there, and the baby was a walker, well, a zombie. So you're like, okay, I'm glad they didn't go that route here. Nonetheless, Isabel is Laurent's aunt, which we thought it connects the dots that she's there to look after him because that was her sister's dying wish before she died. So, she's looking after him. Also, this is how he got his name, Saint Laurent. So it is cool to see the connections, stuff coming together. I like when a plan comes together. I like when stuff happens. I like when the story unfolds. It makes sense. Yeah, it's a little far-fetched that Daryl's in France, but nonetheless, it's working in my opinion. So it's cool that we get to see the origin of the zombie apocalypse in France with Isabel. And I was talking about this in my live stream. The DARYL DIXON show, to me, right now, I know it's early, it's only 2 episodes in, but it's the best spin-off we've seen. Better than Fear the Walking Dead in 8 seasons, better than World Beyond in 2 seasons, better than Tales of the Walking Dead. It just works. You see right there, Saint Laurent, Saint Laurent, Saint Laurent. That's what you got, the name of Laurent. Pretty cool, nice origin story there. Now, The Last of Us. We got to talk about that. So Ellie was born from the voice actress of Ellie in the video game. She goes into a house about to give birth. She gets bit. Pretty similar, right? I mean, it's not the same, but it's the same. It's different, but it's the same. It's the same, but it's different. But Ellie was immune. She was born and she got bit multiple times. She's lost fingers, but she's never turned. Maybe that's the fungus, but the virus here, everyone's infected. So, it's different. And again, it's not a big deal in my opinion. I don't really care that it's so similar. Both stories are good. I don't think it's really hurting either show. it is what it is. But the Daryl show is working. I think Daryl is like the Joel type character. Joel is a strong character. I like Joel. I like Pedro Pascal. I like Norman Reedus. I like Daryl. So why not humanize him and make him be a parental figure? Like Joel, protecting Ellie. Daryl's going to protect Laurent. So what's wrong with that? Nothing. Sure, let's move on from it. It's the same, but it's different. It's different, but it's the same. Great. But the big question is, when they get to Paris, what's going to happen? How is Carol going to show up? Who is this Jeanette person? Jean person? Whatever you want to say her name is. Caudron's people that he works for. Laurent is going to be the new Messiah. The new revival of humanity. That is a big expectations. A huge expectation for an 11-year-old. Or maybe he's 12. But it doesn't matter. Say he's 13. The revival of humanity? Come on. That's a lot of pressure. Does he know that? Is that what's going to happen? We'll have to see. But I like the possible connections, and I really hope there are some huge connections with the World Beyond post-credit scene. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check it out now on YouTube. We asked the question, what's the point of this? Now, we possibly could see some connections. Is this in Paris? Is this lab in and around Paris? Are these scientists connected with the people that we saw at the end of the first episode of the Daryl Dixon show? This guy said to this lady, "You started this." Like, that's huge. You made it worse. So is it a man-made virus thing that infected everybody? And I'm not sure exactly where the French CDC is, but I hope it's in and around where Daryl is going to end up in this season, or maybe the second season. It would be a full circle moment and be great. The CDC in The Walking Dead first season, talking about France. Here, the World Beyond post-credit scene. But what does it mean going forward with Laurent? Is he going to be immune? A lot of people think he possibly could. But is The Walking Dead going to go that route? There's only so many ways things end for characters. The military shows up. Everyone dies. Everyone lives. People are immune. They figure out the virus. But either way, let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. Like, share, subscribe. And I want to give a shout out to the people that support the PT channel. My patrons, my members, my subscribers, really everyone and anyone that supports us in any way, shape, or form. We truly appreciate it. We cannot thank you enough. Stay safe. And as always, tell them, Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys.